Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another video of the channel. And today we're going to be talking about Golden State and their future and what's really going on with them right now. They're kind of in a rough spot as of late with these past few games and as the season has started. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get into it. But first, I do want to shout out my brother, BlackSoda. Brother, I'm very proud of you, man. Let's get this man to 150K subs, please. Let's go ahead, guys. Let's get him there. Let's get him there. And brother, keep doing your thing. Before we do start, though, on a serious note, I do want to say my prayers and everything to everybody out in California with all the fires. I know a lot of stuff is going on out there with these fires. I think somebody set stuff on fire down there, and it's just been insanely wild down there for them. And I pray that for everyone that's down there, that the Lord does cover you, and that just know that the Lord is there for you, and whatever you need, He is there for you. And I just hope and pray that everybody is okay. And I pray for anybody that's in California seeing this right now. Your families in California, know that I'm praying for your family as well. And I'm just so sad to see something like this happen, but I am praying for each and every single one of you.
Going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad.
Bro, we went from this to this. In the first 15 games, we went 12-3. After that good stretch, though, now we're 7-16. This season for the Golden State Warriors, they are 19-19, being 10th in the Western Conference. They are 21st in offensive rating and 8th in defensive rating, and have a plus-minus of 0.4 in net rating. There are so many problems with Golden State right now, but the one thing I do want to talk about is Steve Kerr. I'm going to try and keep this short, as simple as possible. Couldn't even speak right because I'm pissed off, but I want to keep this as simple as possible. So let's go ahead and let's talk about him. Steve, you need to get released. And I feel like every Golden State fan, you don't even have to be a fan. You just know, get rid of this man right now. Running Curry and Buddy and Dennis in the same lineup is insane. Then saying after the Kings loss, it's not worth worrying about? Sucker, you gotta be kidding me. The Kings didn't even have the Aaron Fox that game. Same with Memphis, getting our backs blown out by freaking 51 points. But the rotations in the system is getting freaking old. Every team has figured this out. You stop Curry, you pretty much have just won the whole game. How about you play the new center that's in the G League right now? I think his name's like Post or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's Post. How about we play him some more? How about we get him some more minutes? I know he's been in the G League. I know he's pretty young, but he can at least stretch the floor for us. He's 7 foot with a jumper. Why are we not playing that man? I want to talk about my GOAT, Stephen Curry, second of all, after Steve Kerr. Curry has been dealing with, I think, injuries for freaking 2 months almost, and you're asking him to be a 1A star on this team, and it's kind of hard to do when we're running the same crap, Steve Kerr, and he's hurt pretty much every other game. He's hurting with something, and then you expect him to carry, but then run the same old, and then expect a win out of that. When every single year, the play from everybody else defensively has been, okay, let's focus more on Curry. Now we're cooked because we don't have a second option. And you can just see how frustrated and tired Curry is of this. He's doing everything he can to keep this team afloat. And it just sucks to see, as he even said he's thinking about retiring more often than not. This season, Stephen Curry is averaging 23 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and shooting 41% from 3 and shooting 45% from the field. And he's not getting any younger either. He's like 36 years old now, and 37 is creeping up, more likely than ever. And that championship window that we think that we see is closing and closing more and more each season. And with the West being so competitive, it just makes it difficult when our team is like this. Curry can't do everything by himself. Heck, no one can. I take that back, except for LeBronto. But this team does really need that second guy to rely on. Which then begs the question, can Jonathan Kuminga step up and be that second option for this team? I feel like he can, but it's going to take time, and you simply do not have that the way this roster is constructed. But I will say he is having his best season, averaging 17 points and shooting 35% from 3, 2 more than a game than he's been shooting since last season. Can he be consistent is the huge question. He scored 34 points back-to-back games against the Clippers and Suns, but then he dropped back down to earth until he went down with an ankle injury. Could Golden State do what we think they should do in trading Jonathan Kuminga? I'm going to say no. The front office clearly made it clear that they want to run a 2-timeline deal with Curry and Kuminga, the old guys and the young guys. That's not going to freaking work. They're gearing towards more of a rebuild, but still wanting Curry and Draymond to play at their best possible position. It's just not going to work. I don't know what they're expecting. I don't know what they're trying to do. Even with James Wiseman, they were starting to solidify that with him when they picked him at that second overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, and that didn't turn out right. Of course, he wasn't the best prospect. James Wiseman played a couple games in college, and after that, he was just kind of a prospect kind of player. It was like a pick or choose with him, and Golden State just didn't have the time. So why the heck do we have time now to rely on these younger guys right now? We don't have that right now. We have Curry and Draymond. We need to capitalize on that right now, and I feel like they should trade him. But with that front office saying that kind of stuff, I don't think they're going to make a move at all this season. With me saying that, Jonathan Kuminga is only making $6 million, and then he's a restricted free agent at the end of the year. So if Kuminga, gets big money from another team, is Golden State really going to match that kind of money? But like I said, if Golden State does decide, maybe let's go ahead and pull the plug and let's trade him, you have to add other pieces to trade along with that, man. You have to probably add in a Kevin Looney or a Andrew Wiggins and talk about probably some picks and maybe Moses Moody in any of that possible. Maybe Podziemski as well, but that's just a big move to do. I mean, Andrew Wiggins is having a bounce back season. He's playing pretty well, but I don't want to talk about him too much yet. And the biggest guys on the market right now is pretty much Jimmy Butler. Do not do that freaking trade. Don't do it. I know we might have him for like a year, all right? But I don't care. I don't want that trade. Then we have guys like Brandon Ingram, who is solid, but I don't know if he can really be that guy that we need right now as a second option. He's not going to space the floor for us, and it's just not going to work. It's like DeMar DeRozan with the Kings. You got somebody that's great, but did he really help space the floor? No, it didn't. I don't think it's going to help that out either, but it does give Curry a solid second option. You then have Zach LaVine, who is another big target who they could target as well. He's having one of his best seasons. Same with Vucevic, as he is a solid center we can grab. If we decide, hey, let's go ahead, let's trade some pieces, then that brings in a very, very solid center. On top of that, he's having, again, one of his best seasons as well. Zach LaVine and Vucevic have been balling, though, but Zach LaVine, the way he's been shooting the three ball, is shooting it at a magnificent clip. If you're liking the video, go ahead and do me a favor, hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe. If you're not going to do that, I'm going to pull up with my horse to your house and turn them lights down low. You better do it, boy! Dennis Schroeder and Buddy Hield have been struggling as of late. Buddy, not gonna lie, you had a fantastic start with us, had a great start with us, and it was amazing. Now in the last 10 games, he has been scoring only 9 points and shooting a nasty, disgusting, horrible 28% from 3. And Dennis so far in his stint with the Warriors is averaging 10 points and shooting 25% from 3, which I'll give him a pass right now. He's trying to fit into the offense and play his role, but that's kind of hard to do when Kerr wants to run 2 more guards out there alongside you. You don't really have that spacing to do what you want to. In Brooklyn, he had that. You had Cam Thomas beside you, but it was just you at that point guard position. You can do what you want to. You can run it. Now you're being out there with Curry and Buddy, and that's not going to get it done, Kerr. Hopefully these two can play better. I could see Dennis Schroeder easing into what we want him to be. As he was in Brooklyn, he was really just being the helm of the offense. And I feel like Schroeder should have, kind of the keys when Curry sits down on the bench. Let's give Schroeder some point guard minute time, and let's let him run the show. Let's let him run a little bit like he did in Brooklyn. Buddy, I feel like he can bounce back as well. I don't think he's going to bounce back to where he was at the beginning of the season, but if he could be at least a fraction of what he was, then he could definitely be something for us. Andrew Wiggins, on the other hand, is having an absolute bounce back season. This man so far is averaging 16 points per game, getting a block and a steal a night, and shooting 39% from 3. And I'm really happy that he's finding his groove back, because I know some people wanted to trade him because of his play last season. He was dealing with off-court stuff, family matters, but now this man's back and he's in full effect now. But of course, with the fires, like I said, he took a step away from basketball. Same with Kawhi Leonard, I did see that as well. And that's a serious matter. So that's huge. I'm glad they're at least acknowledging that the game, life is way bigger than basketball. And I'm glad they are taking that time to spend with their family or help their family out in whatever that the family does need. And Draymond Green, I don't know. It just makes me angry when you drive away Kevin Durant and then he goes to Brooklyn. Now he's in his own mess with the Suns. They might get a video soon. I don't know. Then you do that thing to Jordan Poole where you punch him right in the face, and then that kind of killed chemistry. And we really gave him away for really nothing. I mean, we got off the money, but we got Chris Paul back, and him and Curry, I kind of saw that and was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's not even what we want as a team. And Golden State saw that, and it just did not work at all. So we got off of that. I guess the good thing, like I said, that we did get off Jordan Poole's money, but it just would have been cool if we still had him on this team. It would have been great. But of course, Draymond ruined that freaking crap for us. Then Klay Thompson with his struggle, his pressure. Now he's gone from the team. He's on the Mavericks, and he's actually doing pretty solid this season. So Draymond, I'm not blaming him for the Klay thing, but I'm blaming him for the KD and Poole thing. We could have had something special, and he's just driving away talent, and it just kind of sucks. And I just don't know. I really don't know. And just to bring the point back to where I was saying that they want to run these two timeline things, it's hard to do when you have somebody driving away talent like that, especially in Poole. That could have been something for us after Curry and him retired. Jordan Poole could have been something for us, but Draymond was like, oh no, I'm going to just punch him in the face and everything will be all right. Shut up, Darth Mule. I don't want to hear your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. Woo! I'm about to get pissed off. Let's move on to the next segment. You know what? That pissed me so much off. I'm going to go off script with this one. Golden State handles this situation like Curry has multiple years left. Curry has about a couple more years left of where he's been at right now. He's 36 years old. Please get this man some help. Stop acting like he's a casual, like, oh, we could just keep these young players and hope for the best. Let's not hope for the best. Let's get this man some help. He's balling out here. What if he decides he wants to leave somewhere else? One of the most loyal guys in basketball, in the NBA. And what if he looks to move somewhere because y'all don't want to move or get up and do something? You're just a bunch of lazy big backs. How about you get off your back, stop eating your food, stop watching? How about you make some moves? How about you make some plays? Let me be the GM. I'll do something about it. I'll make a move. I'll get somebody. I'll get Brandon Ingram. I'll get freaking Vucevic. I'll get somebody. I'm going to get this man some help. Curry has done so much for this freaking roster, man. I mean, it makes me angry as a Golden State fan. And I know it makes you angry as well if you're a Golden State fan as well. It aggravates you. It aggravates you. We act like he's a casual, and he's not. He's not. He is one of the best point guards to ever play the game. And y'all acting like it's not even that big of a deal. What are we doing? Get this man some help. Get this man some help. I know he's been struggling. He's been having his injuries and crap. Oh my God. I'm sorry. We're getting on to the next segment. I had to go off script for that. I'm sorry. Let's move on. The biggest question of this whole video is, what is next for the Golden State Warriors? Do you look for a second star? Do you look to thug it out, which I do see, and take a chance to see how far this team goes? Do you fire Steve Kerr and bring in a new coach? Will Darth Mule stop bodying people? No. I honestly don't know about that. Draymond Green's been... Yeah, if things keep going the way they're going, they got to make a move. They messed up on not getting Laurie because these guys wanted to keep Podziemski. And this team does have some very tough matchups coming up. They have to play the Timberwolves and the Celtics and OKC. But y'all let me know down below how y'all feel about the Warriors, what the heck's going on with them, and just let me know how y'all feel about the situation. If you want me to talk about your favorite player, let me know. If you want me to talk about your favorite team, let me know. Just y'all let me know down below in the comments what you guys would like for me to talk about. But let's go ahead. Let's come on to the outro. All right, you guys have made it to the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed, please go ahead to the like button and let me know what you want in the comments down below. And of course, go ahead if you didn't hit that subscribe button, please. And I would very well appreciate it. Keeps me motivated, keeps me going, push out more videos for y'all. And basically, that's all I have to say this video, guys. I don't really have anything else. And yeah, so hopefully y'all do have a blessed day. And Mr. Beard is out.